In this section, we're going to be dealing with combining ratios. How would you combine two ratios? Well, the rule is that you have to find the common term and link up the two ratios using that term. For example, if the ratio of x to y is 2 to 3 and the ratio of y to z is 15 to 19, what is the ratio of x to y to z? Well, we know that the ratio of x to y is 2 to 3, and we know that the ratio of y to z is 15 to 19. The common term here is y. However, y in the first ratio represents 3, and in the second ratio represents 15. So what we have to do is we have to change the first ratio from 2 to 3 to 10 to 15. The ratio of 2 to 3 is the same as the ratio of 10 to 15, because all we're doing is we're just multiplying the 2 by 5 and the 3 by 5. Since we're multiplying both parts of the ratio by the same thing, the ratio stays the same. So we now know that the ratio of x to y is 10 to 15. We also know that the ratio of y to z is 15 to 19. Therefore, when you combine those, you get a ratio of 10 to 15 to 19. So the overall ratio is 10 to 15 to 19. Let's try it again. So if the ratio of a to b is 5 to 8 and the ratio of b to c is 4 to 11, what is the ratio of a to b to c? Well, we know that a to b is 5 to 8. We know that b to c is 4 to 11. We see that the common term is b. However, here it's a 4, and in the other one, the ratio it's an 8. So what we need to do is we need to change the ratio of 4 to 11 into 8 to 22. That way, the common terms, the b's, have the same number in both ratios. So since we know that the ratio of a to b is 5 to 8, and that b to c is 8 to 22, we can combine those three to get 5 to 8 to 22. Let's do it one more time. So if the ratio of q to r is 7 to 6 and the ratio of q to s is 2 to 9, what is the ratio of q to r to s? Well, q to r is 7 to 6 and q to s is 2 to 9. First we find the common term. The common term here is q. We have to make sure that the common term is the same in both, that is, the number representing the common term is the same. But here on the left ratio it's a 7, and the right ratio it's a 2, so it's not the same. What we're going to do is we're going to multiply both parts of the ratio on the left by 2 to get 14 to 12. And we're going to multiply both parts of the ratio on the right by 7 to get 14 to 63. That way, the q's are the same in both. They're 14 in both ratios. So we know that the ratio of q to r is 14 to 12, and we know that the ratio of r to s is 12 to 63. How do we know that? We know that because these two, the r on the left is a 12 and the s on the right ratio is a 63 after we changed both of them so that the q terms are the same. So the overall ratio is 14 to 12 to 63, and so the answer is the ratio of q to r to s is 14 to 12 to 63. Let's try one more. If the ratio of f to g is 8 to 3 and the ratio of g to h is 12 to 5, what is the ratio of f to g to h? F to g is 8 to 3, g to h is 12 to 5. The g's are the common terms. We have to make sure that their numbers are the same. Here there's a 3, and on the ratio on the right there's a 12, so they're not the same. So we need to multiply the ratio on the left, both parts of that ratio, by 4 to get 32 to 12. That's the same as 8 to 3. So now we know that the ratio of f to g is 32 to 12. We know that the ratio of g to h is 12 to 5. Therefore, the overall ratio is 32 to 12 to 5. And so the answer is 32 to 12 to 5.